day everyone and welcome to our media commentary program. Today's topic is breaking gender and race stereotypes, how media shapes public perception. In today's topic, we will examine 6 real cases that spark global discussions and explore how media can reinforce or challenge stereotypes. Our analysis will focus on the 3 key concepts: media and ideology, mass media and socialization, objectivity, and rejecting objectivity. One of the most talked about news stories in 2020 was the defamation trial between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. The case began when Amber Heard published an opinion article describing herself as a survivor of domestic abuse. Although she did not mention Johnny Depp by name, Depp claimed the article damaged his reputation and filed a defamation lawsuit against her. Unlike most court cases, the trial was live-streamed to millions of viewers around the world. Every day, news outlets reported new development, while social media platforms such as TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and X were flooded with short clips, reaction videos, memes, and discussion. As a result, many people formed opinions before the court reached its final verdict. This case reflects media and ideology because it challenged traditional gender stereotypes. Society often assumes that men are the perpetrators of abuse while women are the victims. During the trial, different media outlets framed the story differently. Some focused on supporting Amber Heard as a survivor, while others highlighted Johnny Depp's evidence and testimony. This different perspective influenced how audience interpreted the same case. The case also demonstrates mass media and socialization. Through continuous news coverage and social media discussions, millions of people participate in conversation about domestic violence and gender roles. Many opinions were influenced by viral clips and online commentary rather than the complete court proceedings. This shows how media shape public attitudes and social belief. Finally, the case relates to objectivity and rejecting objectivity. Journalists are expected to report news fairly and accurately. However, because this case attracts enormous public attention, many media outlets and online creators openly supported one side over the other. This demonstrates that complete objectivity is difficult to achieve, especially when story involves strong emotion and deeply rooted social belief. In conclusion, the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial was more than a celebrity court case. It became a global discussion about gender stereotypes and media influence, reminding us that the way media presents a story can significantly shape public perception.
Our next case is about Ballerina Farm, a social media account run by Hannah Nelman. Her lifestyle started a worldwide discussion about gender roles, feminism, and women's choices. Hannah is a former ballet dancer and beauty pageant contestant. Today, she lives on a farm with her husband and children. On social media, she shares videos of baking bread, taking care of animals, homeschooling her children, and doing daily housework. Her content has gained millions of followers and is often linked to the trad wife or traditional wife lifestyle. The controversy started after an interview with The Times in July 2024. The interview suggested that Hannah had given up some of her own dreams to support her husband's goals. After that, many people discussed on the story on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and X. Some people supported Hannah and believed she was happy with the life she chose. They said that choosing to be a full-time wife and mother is just as valuable as having a career. However, others disagreed. They believe her content made traditional gender roles look perfect and did not show the real challenges of being a mother and taking care of a family. They also worried that it could give women unrealistic expectations. This case is related to media and ideology because different media outlets told the story in different ways. Some said Hannah's lifestyle was empowering because it was her personal choice. Others believe it supported traditional ideas that women should stay at home. These different views changed how people understood the same story. The case also relates to mass media and socialization. Social media affects how people think about family, success, and gender roles. Some viewers were inspired by Hannah's lifestyle, while others felt pressure to live the same perfect life they saw online. Finally, this case shows objectivity and rejecting objectivity. Although the interview shared facts, many people added their own opinions when talking about the story. This shows that media and audiences are often influenced by their own beliefs. In conclusion, the Ballerina Farm case shows how social media can shape public opinion and influence the way people think about women's roles, family life, and personal choices.
My name is Afiqah Binti Fakhrul Adabi, and today I will be giving you one of example of first representation in media, which is Disney The Little Mermaid live action film. So, the casting of Halle Bailey as Ariel has been sparked as the global debate controversy because many people expected the character to remain consistent as the animated version series. So this controversy reflects how media and ideology are connected. So supporters viewed the casting as a positive step toward the Disney and inclusion, while critics believe that the traditional portrayals should be maintained. So from the perspective of the mass media and also socialization, films influence how audiences understand race, beauty and also identity. So by representing a more diverse princess character, the Disney potentially broadens the representation for youngest viewers. So the case also demonstrates that the objectivity and also rejecting objectivity in media. Different media outlets and also the social media users frame the issue differently based on their own perspective and also values. So therefore, this controversy shows that the media does not simply reflect today, but actively shapes the public perception about race and representation. So that's all from me.
A very good morning, everyone. For my case, I will discuss the issue of women in leadership positions, focusing on the stereotype that leadership is often associated with men. For many years, society has viewed leadership as a masculine trait. Men are usually described as strong, decisive, and authoritative, while women are often expected to be caring, emotional, and family-oriented. Because of this stereotype, female leaders are often judged differently from male leaders. A clear example that I can give is Jacinda Ardern, the former Prime Minister of New Zealand. During her time in office, many media reports highlighted not only her leadership but also her role as a mother. When she gave birth while serving as Prime Minister, many headlines focused on how she balanced motherhood and leadership. Although this was an important achievement, male leaders are rarely asked how they balance being father with their political responsibilities. This shows that women are often evaluated based on their family roles as well as their professional abilities. Another example that I can give is Kamala Harris, the Vice President of the United States. Throughout her political career, media coverage has sometimes focused on her clothing, facial expressions, or personality instead of her policies and leadership experience. She has also received comments describing her as too emotional or too ambitious, labels that are less commonly used against male politicians who display similar behavior. This reflects the double standards that female leaders often face. The media plays an important role in shaping public opinion. When news coverage focuses more on a woman's appearance, personality, or family life rather than her qualifications and achievements, it reinforces the stereotype that women are less stable for leadership positions. As a result, audience may unconsciously judge female leaders by different standards than male leaders. To create fair media representation, journalists should focus on the leader's experience, policies, decisions, and performance regardless of gender. Equal media coverage helps reduce gender stereotypes and encourage more women to pursue leadership roles with confidence. In the conclusion, leaders should be evaluated based on their ability, integrity, and contribution, not on whether they are men or women. By changing the way the media represent female leaders, we can help create a society where leadership is defined by competence rather than gender. That's all from me. Thank you for today.
Alright, turning to our next case file, the Barbie movie 2023, which triggered massive global discourse regarding gender representation. This case directly illustrates media and ideology. By presenting a matriarchal Barbie land where women hold all the institutional power and men act as the mere accessories, the film satirically subverts traditional gender roles. This narrative directly challenges deep-rooted media stereotypes that women must conform strictly to domesticity and men to dominate emotional strength. Moving to factors and media regulation immorality, the film faced intense international scrutiny. Its whimsical worm map scene led to a total ban in Vietnam, while its progressive themes regarding family structures caused nations like Kuwait and Lebanon to ban or censor the movie for failing to align with traditional moral values. Finally, the surrounding journalistic coverage reflects a complete rejection of objectivity. Media outlets abandon neutrality, weaponizing the film as either a progressive feminist masterpiece or anti-male propaganda. This sharp divide proved that when media successfully dismantle stereotypes, public perception fractures along ideological lines. Ultimately, Barbie shows how modern media doesn't just reflect public perception, it actively shapes and polices it.
The next case. Today's story highlights the growing influence of beauty standard in the K-pop industry and how entertainment media continues to shape public perception of appearance. One of the most discussed cases is Park Bom, a former member of the popular K-pop girl group 21. Over the years, noticeable change in her appearance has attracted significant attention on social media. And in entertainment news, many online users speculated that she had overdone and overgone multiple plastic surgery procedures, leading to widespread criticism and negative comments about her looks. However, these issues goes beyond one celebrity. The case of Park Bom reflects the intense beauty standard that exists within the K-pop industry. Female idols are often expected to maintain a slim body, fair skin, and youthful appearance, while male idols are expected to be tall, lean, and physically attractive. These expectations are continuously reinforced through television, music videos, entertainment programs, and social media platforms. As a result, audiences around the world are repeatedly exposed to a narrow definition of beauty. This supports the argument that media does not simply reflect society views. It actively shapes them through entertainment content and online discussion. The media influence public expectation of how men and women should look. Those who do not meet this expectation often become target of criticism and online harassment. So, the case of Park Bom serves as an important reminder that public attention should focus on artist talent and achievement rather than appearance. It also encourages audiences to question unrealistic beauty standards and to promote greater acceptance of diversity and individuality. This has been today's report on the K-pop beauty standards and the body image stereotype. Thank you. My name is Najwa. To conclude our news for today, breaking gender and race stereotypes, how media shape public perception is. Through these case studies, we can see that the media is more than just a source of information. It has the power to shape belief, influence public opinion, and either reinforce or challenge stereotypes. Therefore, it is important for both media organizations and audiences to promote fair, balanced, and responsible media practice while thinking critically about the content we consume. Thank you for your attention, and we hope this news has provided a better understanding of the media roles in shaping perception of gender and race. We are now happy to answer your questions.